We've seen this happen so many times. A brand new season tips off and somebody starts doing something so wild the numbers barely look real anymore. And this year, that dude is Giannis. Somehow at 30 years old, after almost a full decade of domination, a ring, 2 MVPs, and every scouting report possible thrown at him, trying to slow him down, he's still having the most complete start he's ever opened a season with. Right now, he's putting up 32.6 points, 11.5 boards, and 7.3 dimes a night, with 2.3 combined steals and blocks, and he's doing it on a ridiculous 66% true shooting. He's even knocking down threes at 47%. None of it feels real. He's still bending defenses the way he always has, but this season he's making teams pay in a way we really haven't seen from him before. He's actually manipulate, not just bullying through bodies. He's reading pressure, picking apart coverages, and playmaking at a whole new level, taking full advantage of the spacing around him. And the wildest part, Milwaukee hasn't even fully clicked yet. Giannis has been doubled more than any other star to start the season. Every time he touches the ball inside the arc, he's getting swarmed, trapped, collapsed on, straight up walled off. But instead of trying to just bulldoze through people like before, he's beating teams with his mind. He's dictating terms now. He's reading coverages like a quarterback, moving weak side defenders around with his eyes. And now that Milwaukee finally spaced the floor correctly, he's hitting every read, backdoor cuts, corner shooters like AJ Green and Gary Trent, and the roll or pop man in screen actions like Miles Turner or Bobby Portis when Giannis is the ball handler. Him dropping 25 and 18 on 67% shooting against Charlotte wasn't some random heater. That was a plan. That was deliberate. He's consistently making the right reads, and it's quietly revealing a new version of Milwaukee's offense, one of the best in the league so far. Teams can throw everybody they want at him. He just threw 18 assists right back. You can't scheme that away. This is the evolution Milwaukee is finally leaning into. Giannis fully running the offense, not Dame, not Chris, not anybody else. His usage rate is sitting at a crazy 36.9%, literally the top mark in the entire league. Over a third of their possessions end with a Giannis shot, turnover, or assist. And the second he sits, everything changes. With Giannis on the court, Milwaukee's at a 125.5 offensive rating and a 62% effective field goal mark, elite numbers that give them a strong positive point differential. Compare that to last year when he basically had to play second fiddle to Dame as an initiator. Giannis and Dame together put up a 117.9 offensive rating. That's still good, but nowhere near this. Just putting the ball in Giannis's hands more has flipped the entire offense on its head. Even after losing Dame and not replacing that guard scoring, Milwaukee still got better just by surrounding Giannis with play finishers instead of guys making plays for him. Because the truth is simple, Giannis is the one who creates the table. He can get his own whenever he wants, and while doing that, he creates easy looks for everybody else. Milwaukee finally stopped fighting that. Now the big concern, and people keep bringing this up, is whether he can hold up doing this much all year. His injury history the last couple playoff runs makes it a fair question. But here's what nobody brings up. He's only playing 33 minutes a night. Last year, he played 34. The year before, he played 35. In those years, the roster around him was arguably more talented. It's clear Milwaukee's managing him different now. High usage, fewer minutes, more rest days, all to get him to the postseason healthy. But Giannis is only part of what's happening in Milwaukee. The biggest shift didn't even come from him. It came from a guy everybody gave up on, Kyle Kuzma. Most Bucks fans wanted him gone after last postseason. He even had a game where he played almost 30 minutes and didn't record a single stat. Confidence in him was basically zero. Folks thought he didn't fit the pace and space style Milwaukee wanted. But now, he might be the hidden key to Milwaukee finding an identity. Doc Rivers shocked everybody when he put Kuzma into the starting lineup for the NBA Cup game versus Charlotte. Not as a fill-in, but as a real change. Spacing concerns were obvious since Kuzma's been under 30% from deep. But the move wasn't about the offense, it was about size, rebounding, and defensive activity. And somehow, Kuzma has been Milwaukee's most consistent defender this season. As the primary defender, he's holding opponents to just 37% shooting on over 10 attempts a night. And Milwaukee isn't hiding him. He's guarding top matchups. One early highlight was shutting down Karl Anthony Towns. Add in his rebounding, especially when he's playing the three, and defensively he just fits. Offensively, he still has moments where he goes rogue, but they're way less frequent. Most of his scoring comes off the catch, and he's giving Milwaukee 14.6 points on 62% true shooting. His 29 on 65% versus Charlotte doesn't guarantee anything, but it showed the blueprint. If he keeps this up for a 10-game stretch, he might lock the roll down. But Milwaukee had another issue, on-ball creation behind Giannis. KPJ was supposed to help, but he went down opening night. That opened the door for Ryan Rollins, and he's run with it. His latest game versus Charlotte, 20 points, 8 boards, 4 assists on 8 for 12 shooting, and 4 for 6 from deep. If he's not leading most improved, it's probably AJ Mitchell from OKC. Rollins is averaging 17.5 points, 5.5 assists, and 1.7 steals while shooting 48% from 3 and 65% true shooting overall. Those numbers are ridiculous for a young guard who was expected to be a simple bench piece. Instead, he's become Milwaukee's stabilizer, a two-way guard who can defend, shoot, create, and pressure the rim. And he's a major reason the offense hasn't collapsed without Dame, but he's not the only guy stepping up. Miles Turner has quietly been huge too. Turner struggled early, missing shots while adjusting to a role where Milwaukee basically told him, if you're open, shoot. But he's settling in now. Against Charlotte, he hit 6 of 8 from 3 for 18 points. His averages are now 41% from deep, 12.8 points, 1.2 steals, and 1.8 blocks. That's exactly what Milwaukee signed him for. He's not blowing up the box score, but he's giving them mobility, rim protection, defensive versatility, pick and pop spacing, and low mistake offense. He's basically their Brook Lopez replacement, just more mobile, more vertical, and a cleaner pop shooter. And the wild part, this Giannis Turner front court is the worst it's ever going to look. They've only had about a month together. They haven't even tapped into what they can really become. All of this brings us to the real problems Milwaukee still has to fix before the playoffs. The first one is defensive rebounding. The Bucks are sitting in the bottom third of the league, and it doesn't matter how well you guard the first action if you keep giving up second chances. Charlotte grabbed 12 second chance points, and honestly, that's on the lower end of what teams have done to them. Against Houston, the best rebounding team in the league, Milwaukee got crushed 50-27 on the glass and gave up 18 second chance points. With Giannis and Turner patrolling the paint, they should not be this bad on the boards. This is one of the main reasons Doc added Kuzma to the starting five. More size, more length, more physicality, because you cannot win deep in the postseason with that kind of leakage. And that weakness shows up in their defensive numbers. Milwaukee sits around a 116.7 defensive rating, which is nowhere near where they expected to be. The eye test says they should be better. Turner's mobility helps, Rollins brings energy, and the coverage versatility is way better than last season. But the second chance buckets erase everything. The next issue is the perimeter defense. It hasn't been a disaster, but it hasn't been good either. Too many smaller guards are being asked to guard up. Too many blow-bys, too much pressure on Giannis and Turner to clean everything up on the back line. Kuzma helps, but the roster is still short on defensive wings, and that's a real problem once you reach April and May. But the biggest issue, the one hurting Milwaukee the most, is the non-Giannis minutes. When he sits, the offense falls apart, the spacing disappears, the creation disappears, the scoring dries up, everything collapses. Without Giannis on the court, Milwaukee has a 105.3 offensive rating, one of the lowest marks in the league, and the lowest free throw rate in the NBA. Defensively, they're giving up 116.8, which equals a minus 11.5 point differential when Giannis is off the floor. That's brutal. They need Rollins to keep growing. They need Kuzma to stay productive in the starting group. They need KPJ back as soon as possible, and they desperately need the bench to stop bleeding points whenever Giannis sits. Maybe staggering Turner's minutes more aggressively helps stabilize those stretches, but it might just be an issue this roster can't escape without a move. If Milwaukee can clean up the rebounding, the perimeter defense, and the rotation patterns, they'll be in a way stronger position. They're not a finished product, they're missing pieces, and with limited picks and not many assets, the path to upgrades is tough. But what is absolutely clear is this is the best version of Giannis we've ever seen. When he goes into full takeover mode, Milwaukee can beat anybody, and on the other side of the league, when Oklahoma City gets rolling, it feels like there's nothing you can do to slow them down either. If you want to see how the best team in the league somehow got even better this season, all while missing their second best player, check out that full breakdown. Drop a comment, hit the like, and sub to the channel if you're rocking with the content.